least some it is.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
Well. As you might have known, or you might have seen, the legend that is Webby is with us today. It's good news and irrelevant news, because good news is we've got Webby here. The irrelevant news is Stephen House is not here because he's away. But he's probably done himself a favour anyway, getting away from it all for a little while. But don't worry, Uncle Webby's here to cheer us all up. And we do need cheering up after that absolute honour show on Wednesday night. With Steve not being here, we might even risk talking a little bit about the game. But then we're going to move on. We can get you to cheer us up a little bit, Webby. I mean, where'd you start with that? I mean, me and you were talking as you came in, and it's just like...
Do you know what it's like, Jay, now?
Go on.
I've been way here going through the city centre. I've seen the Reds wearing the shirts, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you can see people looking at them sniggering. It's like Bertie's was in the 90s. And you know what I mean? It's horrible at the moment, Jay. It's fucking horrible, mate. And that on Wednesday, I don't, I want to come on here or come on my own channel and slag players off, but they're not good enough, Jay.
Yeah.
They're not good enough. And how long is it going to continue? Someone was saying today, I nearly smashed my radio in this morning.
Go on.
Last win, Leicester away in March.
Yeah, March.
Not won back-to-back games.
This season, I think, in the Premier
Terrible.
League. Yeah.
Is it 3 points in 9 points from Christmas?
Since Christmas, got 9 points. Sounds right. I mean, I've almost stopped looking at the stats now, because every time I see them, they're depressing.
I just want to smash the radio in.
Yeah.
What's to boot it outside?
Yeah, honestly.
But people keep saying to me, like I'm some kind of expert, where do we go? Well, we can't sack the manager because we've not got the money.
Well, did you know what he said after the game, Ruben Amorim?
I was in the canal.
Wow, you see,
fucking no coverage underwater, Jay. As you know.
You didn't hear it because you was in the canal. So
with a right load.
Yeah.
Kaplunk. Fucking hell.
He said...
Still wet now. Fucking drying off a bit.
He said, basically, I'm paraphrasing because I can't be bothered Googling it. He said if the fans and the board want him to go, he'll go, and he'll go without compensation.
But then who we go to then? Sir Gareth. Which was what he'd apparently at the start. I just think now, that's put us back another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It's just horrible, Jay. It's horrible, and I look at some of these players and I've seen them coming out. I've kept off Sky Sports News. I've put the radio on back to this morning here. That Cundy blurting on with himself, the plant pot. It's not good enough. Well, fucking do something about it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm coming on here saying, it's not good enough for Manchester United. Well, try better. Put a bit of effort in. You know what I mean? No one's got any right to win a game of football. But Christ, put a bit of effort in.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Jay, where to go. I'm just dreading Sunday.
Sunday's going to be horrible.
Fucking dreading Sunday.
Are you going?
Yeah.
I'll be with you, yeah. Same.
Dreading Sunday. I think a lot of people will go swipe the tickets in and try and get out the nearest exit. No, I really do, Jay, and it's... I look at...
Right.
I never thought, ever in my lifetime, watching United, how bad we are. No. League table doesn't lie. And Liverpool 50-odd points in front of us.
50 points, man, in a season.
Absolute disgraceful.
I didn't think
and
in
some
my
of these
lifetime
players,
we'd ever see that.
You know what I mean? And Jay, it's fucking hard at the moment, pal. I'm just glad it's a cricket season coming up, and I'll be watching a bit of
Lancashire.
Well, Lancashire are doing pony as well. Just to get out, just get away from football, mate. Because I said it the other night. It's a massive summer now, not just for him, for the club, everyone.
Do you?
And if it's not right, Jay, after 3 or 4 games or 1 or 2 games, the pressure's right on him.
I know. It's mad that we're at the same situation going into this season now, next season, as we were last season. Last season, and I remember people sort of thought I was insane, but I said even that Fulham game, the first game of the season, not last season, sorry, the beginning of the season.
Someone hates me there. Well, good luck to that, son.
What's that?
Someone hates me. Well, all the best.
Someone hates Webby?
Yeah.
Don't
hate this guy. He's extremely disrespectful to Marcus Rashford on Twitter. I put a picture up. It wasn't disrespectful, it was a laugh to break the ice. And plant pots like you, go away, clown.
Webby, you focus
Come and see me sometime and just say you don't like me. Hey, we'll have a little dance somewhere, you dick. Sorry, Jay.
It's all right.
Dickheads like that is a fucking plant pot.
There you go. Wendy Kay says Webby is an institution. Ross Murphy, Webby is a legend. Heaven Soul, tell him Webby. You might want to take them comments down, by the way. I can read it.
Well, come and see me. If you don't like me, come and see me. That's simple as that, and we'll have a little chat.
Elastic Audio Belfast says Webby's going to fill him in.
Probably never been to a United game, don't know anything, never been, clown.
There you go.
And he's wound me up now, so come and see me anytime. Fucking prick. Sorry, Jay.
You're all right.
Just sent me off that. I'm not in a great mood anyway, still from Wednesday. I've got clowns like that.
It says
trolling me Twitter. Get a life, get a bird, get a doll.
There's lots of love for you.
Egg.
Webby. Don't worry about that egg. Santa Notch says Webby is my age. Do you know Santa Notch? Notch.
Name names. I don't owe any money, do I? I know you if I don't get any Bugs Bunny. Name rings a bell.
Notch, he's from down south. he's similar age to you. He knows his stuff. Good lad. Good lad, Notch.
Do you know what? I probably been in his presence. The name, as soon as you said the name, it hit a bell, yeah.
Tayo says, Webby, we love you, mate. Don't change.
He took the comments down.
I've took him down. I don't want him reading. Akash K says, LMAO, get a bird. Which is a Webby classic there. Webby is a good lad.
Listen, Jay.
Go on.
People might not like me, that's fine. I think I get on with everyone. I've not got a bad word to say. But clowns like that are coming at me. Get a life, man. Right, sorry, Jay. Rant over. Clown.
It's all right. I'm not sitting angry for a little while. But this is. I don't think.
I love Manchester United more than anybody. It was a bit of a joke.
I don't think anyone's taking it too seriously.
Well, there you go. Someone actually called me a racist.
A racist?
Yeah, racist.
Against which people?
Against well, there you go. Plant pot. Get a life.
Aren't you mixed race like
well, yeah, but I'm a racist.
I mean, you know, I've been accused of that, Webber. I was accused of being a closet racist by a certain former Manchester City.
That's just wound me up, that, Jay. As you can see, I don't get wind up too easy, but anyway, let's have a chat, Jay. Forget about clowns.
Don't worry about that. Let me tell you about my little adventure in Bilbao.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tell you something that winds you up, right? There's nothing worse than when you got to wake up, right? You've had 1 hour's sleep because your flight's at 9 a.m. in Barcelona and you're staying in Bilbao, right? Yeah. This is nothing compared to what you've done over the years. So because I don't drink, I don't mention it much, but I'm nearly 11 years sober. In case
Good lad, Jay. Respect for that, Jay.
Thank you. I mean, you know, it wasn't an easy journey for me.
About 11 minutes. No, I'm joking. I've not had a drink. Hey, listen. After Wednesday night, I nearly fell off the wagon, back onto it, and off again.
Why are you on the wagon as well?
Yeah, I've not had a drink now for 20 months.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That crept up. I mean, well done, bro.
20 months.
Fair play to you. You have to do it. You have to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's not for everyone.
Obviously, a lot of people don't know with the illness I've had. That was one of the main things. I was only allowed 1 drink a day. So I said to the doctor, can I add them up and have 7 at a weekend? He just looks at me like he was daft. No, to be honest, Jay, I had my moments, but if I never had another drink again in my life, it wouldn't bother me.
You're one of them, though, Webby. You're like. You know, I've known you for years. I've known you since before I stopped drinking. Yeah. And whether you've had a drink or not, you'd always get on with everyone. You just have a chat. You can always have a good night, have a good laugh. So
yeah, you don't need a drink.
It's one of them. Adam Kenny says I haven't had a sniff since the weekend. Fair play. I thought you said I hadn't had sniff since the weekend. Then I was about to say. I don't know if that's an achievement, but mind you, if you do like sniff and you've gone through that Wednesday without having any, you've done well. A full name Huggy says 13 years sober myself next month.
Good
13
lad.
years,
Top man.
Well done. Do you know what it is, Webby? Right? I'll be honest with you. I feel lucky to do what we do. Yeah. Ignore fucking idiots like that one. I feel lucky to do what we do.
Do you know what, Jay? Sorry, I don't normally let him get to me, but I know who it is because that night he had a go at me. And normally, if someone has a go at me, Jay, I don't bite back.
No, I've noticed that.
But I did then, and if I apologise for my little outburst, I just don't like people anyway.
Have you seen?
Tell us about Bilbao.
Have you seen us usually on this podcast? Don't you need to apologise for outbursts, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You filled a Stephenhausen gap very well today. A Stephenhausen shaped hole very well. Don't worry about apologising for outbursts. It's part of the course on here. What was I going to say then? Bilbao. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, Bilbao. That was it. I was going to say, grateful for what we do. Grateful to everyone in Bilbao who comes and said hello, watches the channel. And also, there's a few people that stopped me and said, Jay, So a year, a month, a week, whatever, sober. Appreciate your honesty around it all, and I appreciate that as well, because sometimes people can be judgmental, but I think we've got a good community on here, apart from that plant pot. So Bilbao, right? I don't drink, so I said, right, I'll drive from Bilbao to Barca, because it's going to be after the game, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, sorry, we set off. Everyone's had a beer, Macola, Spraggy, and Ben, who's with us. Producer Ben did well because he had a beer and still did his job. Because he's allowed to drink. We say you can drink, but you've got to be responsible for doing your job. As long as you do that, we don't care, and he did it. So we're driving out of Bilbao. The Spanish love a toll road. They fucking love a toll road, right? Yeah. They could teach the M6 a thing or two over in Spain, because you cannot move for toll roads. Like, it's one every 5 fucking minutes. So we've gone through this toll, and I had a little, you know, one of them little man bags. Yeah. You know what I mean? Salford Special. And I had it down the side of the door, and it had my passport in it. Anyway, I've done that whole thing, you know, when you park next to the toll, and you've done it too far away. And you get annoyed when someone in front of you does it, don't you? Yeah. But then I've done it. So I've had to open the door to do the ticket thing. Slammed the door shut, drove off. About a minute later, I've gone to get a drink of water, and I've noticed my baggy's halfway out the door, and halfway on the door, I've slammed my door on the bag. So I've opened the door, pulled the bag in, no passport in it. Now I know my passport is in there, bro. So I'm told everyone, look, I think I've just left my passport at that toll gate. So everyone's like, you fucking joking, what are we going to do? I looked online, temporary passport, takes 48 hours. You need a police statement. Got to go to the embassy. Can you imagine me ringing my missus going,
she's having that, isn't she? Yeah, she's having that 100%.
I babes, you know, I always said I was going to be away for 2 days, well, I'm away for 4. She's going to be like, you're taking the fucking piss. Yeah. So I was like, right, we're going to have to go back. Couldn't get off the motorway for the next half hour. I'm driving away from my passport.
They love a toll, but they don't like an exit. They don't like an exit.
They don't like an exit. Anyway, got off eventually, turned round, gone back down the other way, drove to the toll. Obviously, I'm on the other side of the toll now. Yeah. Parked up, ran across the road, or ran through the cones, not across the road. It wasn't that dramatic.
I can imagine you at 2:30 in the morning, dodging cones.
Oh, mate, seriously.
But obviously, hey, listen, Jay. Obviously you got it back because you're stuck here, but
it was on the floor where I left it. Honestly, Webby,
if you would have dropped that in Salford, it would have been 20 years within about 10 minutes.
And I've been getting messages. You just open a new credit card. I'm like, what? Hey,
do you like your new card, Jay?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? I've got fucking any of that. Yeah. Got it. Got in the car. Turned around. We may or may not have moved some cons out of the way and done it a bit dodgily. Yeah. And we managed to get back to Barcelona Airport.
Oh, lovely.
Ben had a can of Monster there for me in reserves, because everyone, Macola says, he goes, listen.
He likes the Guinness, Macola, doesn't he? He likes the Guinness.
Macola's a ledge, right? Yeah. He's ace.
He likes it.
He said, look, we've got to make sure that at least one of us stays awake to keep Jay lively, on the way over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least one of us stays awake to chat to Jay. He's got to drive 6.5 hours, whatever, 3 a.m. Yeah, Ben did his bit, to be fair to the lad. Anyway, at one point, all of them catching flies. Yeah. All of that. Driving on my own. He says he has 20 minutes. I think it was more like 40, but I'll let him off 20. Do you know what I mean? So I'm there on my own, just talking to no one. Listening to fucking podcasts on me on the train. Yeah. Trying to forget about what I've just seen, Webby.
Oh, Jay.
Trying to get over it. And do you know what? Even by your standards, and you've done some mad trips, I spoke to Reds who did all sorts to get over to Bilbao.
One of our coaches have only just got back this morning.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I was just saying before we come on there, it's bad enough coming back on a coach from Villa Park after the defeat. So imagine them who've come back on a coach from there. And it's like you're saying, I know people who've gone via there, via this country, via that country. You know, and listen, Jay, I was devastated Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, I had not gone. The lads are sending me videos and pictures, and I'm thinking I should be there. Obviously, health things have stopped me flying at the moment. So, gutted. But then I'm thinking, you know, look at how they're getting back. You know, they've not slept for days and they've blagged this, and some people have out of relationships now, and some people might be out of graft.
Yeah.
And what for? They don't give a monkeys about us. No. You know what I mean? The club's gone, Jay, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking, mate.
I spoke to so many people over there who, you just nailed it, who'd, like, basically fucked the job off. Slept in a car, driven. I spoke to one lad who drove from London, and he said, I've just slept in the car, I ain't got no dough to fucking get hotels. He said, I've got enough money for petrol, my ticket, and that's it. So he's fucking drove and slept in his car. spoke to people that had done like trips here, there and everywhere, people that were skint who fucking managed to get the money together to get over there, and all you want is for them to turn up and show a bit, and that was the thing they didn't. I want to ask you about Ruben Amorim, because you're like me, Webby. You know your default setting is usually you back the manager, you stick with the manager, you get behind the team and the players and all that, and you've been doing that for years. Do you still back this guy? Do you think he's the right one? And before people get excited and go, why are you asking this question? Let's not be silly about it, right? We're just going to finish 16th or 17th. We've just lost the cup finals to Tottenham. The manager himself has said, if the fans don't want me or the board doesn't want me, I'll walk without conversation. I think it's a fair question to ask. Do you still think he's the right guy?
I look at United fans, they never go at the manager. They never go at the players.
No.
I think the last player he went at was Colin Gibson. United rolled in, give us the visa, wanted to jump on the pitch and kill him.
When was that?
Gibbo would have been the 80s, wouldn't it?
Do you know when
Colin
I remember
Gibson.
when I was a kid? Right, I'm going to tell you the game, and you're going to tell the player. You're going to tell me the player that United fans went at. Right? I'm going to tell you the game. Forest at home, 92. Give you a clue. He got subbed, and he took a fucking eternity to walk off, and we were 1-0 down.
Was that Forest, didn't it? That one, no, it was a cup game, that was years back, wasn't it? Go on, James, you've got me there.
Neil Webb.
Neil Webb.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I can remember him now. He's pinheads off the pitch.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
He was sulking because it was his old club he was playing against.
Yeah.
We were 1-0 down.
Postman him now, isn't he?
Yeah,
Neil
he is.
Webb, or,
yeah, he's gone under the radar a little bit there.
Do you know what it was with him, Jay?
Go on.
Great player. You know, I always remember his goal against Arsenal in his first and the 4-1 at Old Trafford when Knighton come on juggling his balls. Then he got an injury, didn't he, about 3 or 4 weeks later, playing for England. I think it might have been against Sweden.
Yeah.
Done his Achilles in and was never the same player.
Was it?
But you look at him at Portsmouth, his goal, and at Forest, then got the lucky injury. Yeah, mate, it's coming back to me now, Jay.
You know, you just give us his backstory there. He told us what he's up to nowadays, what he was doing when he signed for us, where he got injured, who against. But I remember, I was only a kid, I was only 12. Yeah. Fans going berserk.
Yeah.
Fucking ready.
Pinheads off the finger.
Because he was literally.
But so, going back to Amorim.
Digress with tales of Neil Webb. I will get into the comments in the chat in a minute, don't panic. And the super chats and all that. But
listen, if Jay Motti was a manager of Manchester United, I'd back you 100%.
Yeah.
But how long can this continue? I know it's not been long, but you know, sometimes, Jay, you've got to change things which you've used. If you've got a new watch on and then your missus buys you a new one, maybe put that new one on, even though that one's maybe not going a bit sassy. But he's not going for this free at the back. He's not changing it. Cup final, we should have been on the front foot going forward straight away. And listen, Spurs have won it, fair play, I'm not going to come on here. But Spurs are as bad as us. You know what I mean? And yeah, I want to stick with the manager, but what'll happen? Do you know, like normally they'll say, we'll give you till Christmas. And then he's got 2 or 3 games the next season. If it's not going right, mate, he's off. And I don't want that to happen. I want him to succeed. He looks a decent bloke. I've never met him. He looks decent, but sometimes you've got to change something if it's not working right.
He is a decent bloke. Do you remember I saw you the other day after the West Ham game?
Yeah.
And I said to you, what's the situation with the players coming out? Do you remember?
Yeah.
After the game. Because I had my missus, my daughter and my lad, my youngest daughter, and my lad with me. And we went to see Webby at Hotel Football and that. And my missus said, what time's the players come out? She said, the kids will come, you know, see Amorim and one of the 2 players. And I thought I'd left it too late, because you know you got to get there early, aren't you, after the game, because there's a crowd there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went down there, and you couldn't get near him.
Yeah.
It was like 5 man deep, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd parked miles away, right? I'd parked in bloody West almost. So I was like, look, I'll go and get the car, bring it near here.
Lucky that I left.
Yeah. I may as well just walk from my house. And she said she's going to stay with Mrs. Anyway, when Amorim came out, she got a picture with Amorim, my daughter, and my lad came with me. And she said he took ages, you know, with everyone. Like,
yeah, I've noticed that in some of the videos.
He is a good guy, right?
Yeah.
I like him. I like his press conferences.
Yeah.
I think he's got, you know, a good personality, if you will. I worry, though. I do worry. Now, for me, I'm with you. Back this manager with some signings for this manager. Give him the tools that he needs.
Jay, you look at.
Sorry for banging on the desk. I know it's really annoying. Forgive me.
You're looking at obviously Mourinho when he finished the jigsaw. We give him an extra contract, but didn't back him in a transfer market.
That summer we got Freddie we didn't want, Delo and Lee Grant.
Well, that sums it up.
19 points behind City we finished, and those are the 3 players we bought. And in the meantime, they went out and spent broke their transfer record on Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's just won the Premier League not long before with Leicester.
Yeah, so then you'd also look at Ten Hag, give him an extra contract and sacked him. They've got to back him now as much as we can in the transfer market, because some of those players, obviously they're not his players. What's he signed? Dorgu, that's it. That's the only player he's brought in the club. And some of them can't be at that club, Jay. Some of them shouldn't even be in the stands. Mind on the pitch.
This is the problem you've got, right? United in a minute, Webber. It's easy to blame effort and energy and enthusiasm and all that, right? And I get all that, but the quality is the. Is
it something like we've not scored in 17 games or something?
We can't.
15.
It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I can't remember what. At that point there, I was ready to just do myself in when that talk sport proper got onto me.
Yeah.
But they're telling the truth. You know what I mean? Manchester United Football Club should be dining at the top table of the Premiership. But we're not, because we're not good enough, simple as that.
Yeah.
But I want these players to come out and, I don't mind losing the odd, but now I just take it for granted, Jay. Used to ruin my weekends.
Yeah.
But now I just take it for granted. I know what I'm doing most Mondays. I'm not putting the TV on. I don't buy a paper anymore. I stay off social media because it's always bad news.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I think last time I watched Match of the Day, Jimmy Hill was still on it. You know what I mean? I just sad at the moment. Listen, but one thing what Reds do, we stay classy.
I like this as well. And listen, I'm not advocating sacking the manager, but I'm asking a question. Done a poll, 83% saying back him, and I agree. Yeah. Back this manager. When we say back him or sack him, what I'm getting at there, right, on the title, is, if you don't back him, then you may as well sack him. You have to back him or sack him. But I think you should back him. When I say back him, give him time and give him signings. Yeah? He's had two, right? Aiden Evan and Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu's done well. I think it would be brutally honest, maybe the Jodie's still out. Aiden Evan, who looks a real good player for the future, has had that injury, hasn't he? So he's only played a handful of games.
I can't believe they're giving him number 17.
Who?
Evan
17, he's showing your age there. Maybe there was a bit of a temptation to do it.
I would have played him, mate.
Who?
Evan.
Would you?
Yeah.
Mate, yeah. I think it was weird, wasn't it? Because I looked at that Chelsea game and I thought, as he looked at Mount there and thought maybe he's not quite ready, as he looked at one or two others, but then he started Mount, didn't he?
He shot me that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then there's Garnacho's making noises. Has
he done a lot, Garnacho?
He's just not moved forward, has he?
What about his comments? Did you see that when he said
You're going to be upset, aren't you? That's the thing with United players now since the boss left. Obviously, was Twitter around when Fergie was there. Might have been just started. I don't know, Jay, you'll know more than me. But they wouldn't have seen that. They wouldn't have said that under the manager.
No.
Not a chance. But they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
He's going to be upset, Jay, because he's played every minute or he started every game up to the final. But he's not doing it on the pitch.
But Webby, you're right. I get he's upset and he's emotional. And it's just after the game, I think, when he said these comments and all the rest of it, you go and talk to the manager, though.
Did he say something like, we'll see when...
You go to the manager and you go, can I have a word? I'm fucking fuming. Like, what's going on? And the manager might say...
I want to see that. Yeah, that's what you want to see.
The manager might say to you...
Prove it.
Fuck off. Yeah? I don't care. I mean, Rooney says, didn't he, when we sold Tevez and... Yeah. Well, we let Tevez go and we sold Ronnie. He said, Rooney's looking at it. He said, fucking hell, we just sold out two of our best players. So he said he went to see the manager and said, boss, what's going on? We've sold, And the manager told him to fuck off. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, now to do with you. Leave that to me. Maybe the manager says that to him, maybe he doesn't. He says, come in and sit down, I'll explain me thinking. But go and talk to the manager, don't go and talk to the media. That's my only comment on that. Let's go through some super chats. Get your questions in for Webby. Rishab Kumar says, why is Naheed Bullock-Keeley still managing us? Can't trust him. Back to Salvador. Nicholas Walker says, I just worry things can't get worse. I just worry thinking things can't get worse. Well, they can. I never want to see Maguire and Shaw in a red shirt again.
Well, you better not go Sunday then.
Dwayne Melander says, for all fans that went to the game, I want to say thank you for supporting the team in this shit. The truth is they don't deserve it. They are going to play in Europe somewhere else. Either back him or sack him. That's the board, which I agree with. Dwayne Melander also says, Ruben disappointed me in the final, but he's the last person for me to go. Personally, it has to be 15 plus outgoing, smaller squad that runs for the coach. Entfit says it's not about backing him or not. It's about if he's able to develop the existing players in the academy. If players are regressing, it's because he isn't bringing out the best of him. So what do you think we should do? Let us know. Dwayne Melander again says if he goes or not, recruitment has to be perfect. Juan Martinez says, be honest with yourselves. Garnacho only played so many matches because Ahmad, Mount, Xerxes were injured. Proper rebuild, reset. Needed no half-arse. Conor O'Reilly says Garnacho is being sold. His attitude stinks. Just quickly on Wednesday before we get on to something a little bit more light-hearted and uplifting. Was you surprised that he took as long as he did to make some changes? What was you saying in that second half? Because I'll be honest with you, in the ground, right, I was stood with McCullough and a few others as well. There was a lad who I didn't know who stood next to me, but he watches the channel. We were having a good chat and a laugh. And I was saying, listen, even at half-time, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a change and I wouldn't mind it.
I'll be truthful with you now. I said something to one of the lads who was at the hotel.
Go on.
Right, I would have done after 60 minutes. We took Hoyland off.
Right.
Brought Lindelof and shoved Maguire up front. That's how bad it is.
Fair enough.
Shoved Maguire up front.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I look at that Tottenham team there, and you can love him or hate him, but he's that Romano. I tell you what, he winds
Romero.
people up. You'd have him in your team all day long. He'll be gone from there. He's going to Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Because that's a lunatic club for the lunatic player. You know what I mean? And they'll love him there. Absolute mad as a box of frogs him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what he wanted. And what Tottenham did is what they wanted to. Stop starting the match. United could not try and get any rhythm.
That's why I think, Webby, I agree with you. Some of these stats are a little bit misleading. You know, you see the stats from the game, and it says United had all these shots, or, you know, not many on target, so much possession, so many shots. Soon as Spurs got that goal, they did what they had to do. Yeah. Waste time, run down the clock, let you have the fucking ball because you're doing out with it. Yeah. Let you have shots that are going wide and fucking, you know, all the rest of it. We've seen so many teams do that where at the end of the game you go, well, United had a load of possession. United had more chances. United had this. What was the score? United lost. Well, there you go. Do you know what I mean? If you're leading 1-0, you can afford to shut up shop and fucking let the other team have the ball and let them have shots that are going nowhere because you're winning. That was the issue, and I don't buy into this idea that, you know, United dominate or anything like that. Sorry, that's my phone. That's me ring doorbell. That. I just felt we could have played another. I don't know.
Still be playing now.
Yeah, I just don't think we're creating enough. Really.
Now Ramis, you know, when we first got him, I thought we got to play there.
Who's that? Rasmus.
No,
yeah.
In Europe especially, he looked well.
Yeah.
Is he trying too hard? Is he not? Listen. It's just not good enough. Simple as that. And I'm not going to come in here and say sometimes it doesn't work for players. You look at Sanchez when he played that piano on the pitch. I thought, got to play there. Yeah. Absolutely pony. Yeah. You know, the two things we've got to do out more than any is get a goalkeeper and get someone who knows where the onion bag is.
Yeah. You're not having Onana?
No, not having him, Jay. Jeremy Beadle. Fucking. You look at the goal, he's dived he's in the air.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's not good.
You know, and then I see what De Gea's doing in Italy. It breaks my heart.
Oh, don't. The thing is with that, the whole De Gea, Onana
and you look at the kid who took his place into Milan that summer, 6 million. Yeah. It's in the Champions League final.
Mate, even Dean Anderson.
What did he get for Darmian? 2 and 8?
Yeah, it was when it was sixpence. Hey, even Dean Anderson's doing bits. Just won the FA Cup and got himself in the England squad. He shit the bed himself though. He didn't want to be here, did he? No. Brian Casey says we're on our way. We're on our 10th manager in 12 years. We need to break this cycle and back a manager if we want a proper rebuild. Tamil says players going for their careers or playing for their careers on Sunday. Steve M says we need a squad overhaul regardless who the manager is. So do we back the guy we hired to do that or rip up the plan and start again? Good question. C Mill says Webby is spot on. Yeah, Sahib is better than Onana, says Manny K.
I think Paddy Roach is better than Onana. Okay, now he's called Dracula, wasn't he?
Who?
Paddy Roach.
He's called what?
Dracula.
Why?
Scared of crosses.
A bit before my time.
Yeah, Paddy Roach.
When was Paddy Roach? Was that 70s?
70s, yeah.
Right.
Look like Wurzel Gummidge.
Oh, bless him. That's not.
But hey, listen, he was in nets. He'd done what a lot of people. Me and you would go in nets for United, but he wasn't clever.
You were there in 1974. Yeah.
I was looking free, Jake. I probably would have been there. No, when the 75 was my first game, 4 years of age.
Hey.
Sat on the fence on the Stretford Paddock.
Yeah. Hey.
With my afro and my bag of sweets. Felt like one.
Was we in the first division then, or 74, 75 is when we got promoted?
First division, I think. You know what? Bristol City. We won 3-0 anyway.
Right.
Won 3-0.
I just wonder. Do you think next season this could actually get worse? Do you think there's a chance that United could be involved in a relegation fight next season? Is that ever coming to your head? I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I'm just, 1968 we won the European Cup. And 74 we got relegated. No one had ever thought that happened.
I just think that...
I'm just asking a question.
We've just got to get it right. Do you know what, Jay? I look at our reserves and the youth and how well they're doing. Play them. There's nothing better as a local United fan or a United fan from Jersey or South Africa or Moston to say a player coming through the youth who've come through the ranks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll always remember being at the Cliff just as we signed Martial, talking to a gentleman called Johnny Cook who'd been associated with United for 40, 50 years, and he went, we've got a good in there coming through the reserves, through the youth, Marcus Rashford.
There you go.
And that was 6 or 7 months before he actually played against whoever it was in the Europa League. Yeah, when Martial got injured in the warm-up, and then he played on the Sunday against Arsenal, scored the 2. So, some of these kids are good enough, but the thing is, they don't get a chance.
No.
Give them a chance.
I'd
play a load of them Sunday, mate.
I think you will. I think the only way you're going to get it so it's not toxic on Sunday is if you play a load of kids.
And he announces it because he's got to announce it that I'm playing this kid, that kid, that kid.
I think you might see someone like Morehouse get a debut, bring Amas and Fredrickson back into the team.
But
maybe
with that,
someone like Camerson gets a bit
won't people complain with the Champions League qualifications if Villa get the 3 points?
Who gives a shit?
I know, but couldn't they have a go at United or Premier?
If City missed out on the Champions League because we played the kids against Villa, I'd be fucking mortified if they were.
When's that decision coming out?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Tell you what,
it's supposed to be the other week.
Hey, I think never. I think is the answer to that one.
2094 it'll come out.
Yeah. Jed91 says Webby is a United fan goat. Yeah. Akash K says, does Webby trust the rat? I think he's referring to Sir Jim Ratcliffe.
No. Won't trust him melting ice. Simple as that. He's a rat cliff. He's coming here. No, there's rumours that a load more are getting the bullets.
Now, well, I think Laurie Whitwell, who's been
he's a good lad, Lodder.
Top lad. He's been on the channel. He's got his own show, Inside United. He'll be back next week with that one, I think. He said that there's a load of staff have been informed they're at risk, I think, or getting found out whether they're going to keep the jobs today.
Listen,
including some of the physios as well.
I know we had too many staff. I think we had more than double the likes of what Liverpool and City and Chelsea had.
Yeah.
But there's people there getting paid fortunes for doing nothing, and some of them should have rightly gone. But there's also people who've worked their nails off and their arses off for that club for 30, 40 years and then got a payment, and they're devastated. Yeah. They're absolutely devastated. So no, I don't trust Radcliffe. I don't trust INEOS. Certainly don't trust those Glazers.
No.
They are absolutely, I've said some people think, someone actually accused me once of getting paid off the Glazers.
Paid off what, to slag them off?
No, to try and back them or something.
Well, you've been slagging them off for years. Where's the logic there?
Someone actually accused me I was on the pay list. And I'm
you're doing a bad job of that if you fucking are.
Fucking hell, I've not got a fucking box of pissing.
Started, you've not got a box of pissing, and secondly, you're always slagging the Glazers off, so I don't know what's going on.
So I don't trust any of them, mate. The ideal world for any United fan, we've had the worst seasons that I can ever remember being on this earth. Them clowns sell, and we get proper owners in. That's the ideal summer for us. Are they going to think, well, no chance, we're not going to get that much money. This is the right time for them to sell. But I don't know, Jay.
Dwayne Molander says, if this club dared to fund Amorim with selling our generational player Kobe fucking Mainu, it would give me a bad feeling and Mainu to be working on his physical attributes in the summer. I love Kobe Mainu. He's not had the best season, let's be brutally honest, but he's still a fantastic player. And it fucking annoyed me that he got 10 seconds of normal time on Wednesday, because we wouldn't even be in that final if it wasn't for him. Yeah. Everyone was singing his praise after the Leon game, and then all of a sudden everyone thinks he's shit. Fuck off. Yeah. I was going to ask you, right, mystery tours, yeah? The fucking magical mystery tour to the game, yeah? Let's cheer everyone up before we all end up joining you in the canal. What's the worst one you've done, or the longest one, or the maddest one you've done that you can legally tell us?
The maddest one I've done
was
Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final.
Oh, wait?
Oh wait, yeah, when Ronnie missed the penalty.
Yeah, forget about that. People forget about it.
Flew to Paris. I had to leg it through the airport.
All right.
I was running total. It was like the Manor film with Alan Green, the 5 Live, the Scouser. The week before, it's slaughtered United. It's ripped them to pieces on some match or some interview. It's only sat next to the Web on the plane.
Was it?
It was the longest trip he ever had, and we got delayed.
Oh, really?
We got delayed. He was flying some planes over in their airspace, over France airspace to go somewhere. We got delayed about 3 or 4 hours on the tarmac. His head fell off.
Did you chat to him?
Oh, just give it him. Give it him. I'm not, hey, listen, rats. Absolute rats. And then his commentary on the match, he was like he was the biggest friend ever. He must have that picture of me in his head, sat there on the plane giving it him. I'm like, you ever slag my club off again? And
Did he say out to you?
What could he say?
Mate, I can't think of it.
And then obviously we was delayed there. That really wasn't a Madden. Obviously it was only Barcelona and then on to Paris and to Barcelona. The worst one was, the funniest one was coming back from Moscow. We get to the airport and the bloke says, just get any plane you want. He thought he was on the fucking Piccadilly Gardens bus station. Yeah, just get, where you going, man? Yeah, just got that one there. So I got in a different plane, so all the mates who had gone on with it was absolute carnage. And there were people who remember it, just getting on any plane. And I'll always remember coming back in the morning and going into Witherspoons in Piccadilly, booting the door in at 10 to 9. Get out, there's 90 of us, we all met at Manchester Airport. And fair play to this lad, he must have been up the wall. He's only walked through Witherspoons with a Liverpool shirt on.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's got absolutely battered.
Did it?
Not battered physically, just abused. And then one thing what I'll never forget what messed it up for me was we'd gone to shambles and we had the flags with us, what we had in Russia. Yeah. We put them all out within 15 minutes. Well, he come over and actually, but come and had a chat with us, Micah Richards.
Oh yeah.
And Ismail Miller used to be.
Yeah.
Was his good mate.
Where did he go?
West Brom.
That was it. Thank you.
And he's asking about the trip and all that, and was having a crack with him. And they left. He got the lads around him. Fair play to him. They got us a drink. We had a crack with him. All good banter. Then the police moved us.
Really?
Because of what Rangers had done the week before.
Mate.
And it spoilt the day. And then someone was sick on me rushing out. I was fuming. One of the lads fuming. I had to leave it on the M10. Yeah, but Jay, it's like now, like you're saying, some of my mates. One's gone via Morocco. Spoke to White Webby before and Johnny there. They've ended up in Magaluf. Don't know, they've ended up there. You know White Webby? Ben Webb.
Oh, no,
goes on the bandit bus. Mad as a box of frogs.
White Webby, that's what they call him?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, White Webby, yeah. I FaceTimed him this morning and I can't even say it on this show what he said to me. But he's ended up in Magaluf.
Right.
And there's about 8 of them. So I think they're due back Sunday morning, coming straight to the match. But like you're saying, Jay, I know people who've gone from this, gone in there and there and there for the love of United.
Yeah.
For the love of United.
Yeah.
And that's how we get repaid.
Yeah.
Hopefully, touch wood, that we have a good summer recruitment, get the right players in, the right players out, and let's start, not challenging, but being a name again. Being a name again. Because there's a point, probably say about 2 years ago, I might be wrong with the time, where people started to hate us again. Now they're just laughing at us.
They feel like they are laughing at us. You've got other managers almost feeling sorry for us and stuff. Do you remember when Moyes was manager and you had other managers sort of defending him? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And
well, he
I
didn't
don't
help
want
himself, Moyes. Did you always remember we played Newcastle at home? We'd just been beat by Everton on the Wednesday night. We played Newcastle. We got beat again.
Yeah.
And he went, we'll make it as hard as we can for Newcastle. We were the champions.
Yeah.
So he didn't help himself.
Because he said, we'll make it as hard as we can for Newcastle.
I think you interviewed me outside Goodison, didn't you? He said I'd never go back in until Moyes was sacked, and he sacked him 2 days later.
Yeah, well, you called that one. I think you've been like the prophet of doom for a few managers. I remember you saying about Van Gaal. You said you'd had enough of him. And
the file of facts. Remember that? Get that file of facts and shove it up in.
I remember he said you can put this on camera. Yeah. I said, well, it's a good job because we are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I felt sorry how it ended for Louis. Won the FA Cup, but he got treated.
I didn't like the way we handled that sacking, because I felt like we could have said, look, he's going, give him a few days at least to celebrate the FA Cup final win, to sort of, get the credit he deserves for bringing a major trophy to Manchester United, and then announce he was going and Jose was coming in. But I think he was sacked on the Sunday and Jose was in on the Monday. There was no sort of celebrations. I think he knew in the changing room.
He knew at full time. Then there was rumours going round in the day he was getting sacked, win, lose, or draw. But I look at Van Gaal, character. Wasn't the greatest football underneath him. But the thing is with Van Gaal, if you say to me, Louis Van Gaal, I say to you, 80s manager.
Yeah.
Not being at Old Trafford in the 2000s, or it just wasn't to be. But listen, he got a pot for us.
That Arsenal game that you mentioned earlier, when he's laying on the floor.
He
was he was funny, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Steve always says.
Remember that thing about pulling hair in sex?
Yeah, unless it's when someone pulled Fellaini's hair, didn't they? And he said it's not okay unless it's sex masochism.
Yeah, good lad. He's been writing those shops in the dam, hasn't he? Good lad. So have I, but that's another story. Go on.
We don't need to go into that on the Brew.
No.
At 4:45 on a Friday afternoon. Oh, hello, I've just lost me stream. Webby, you've seen United over the years, through thick and thin, through the Atkinson, was it Sexton, Doherty, Sexton?
Doherty, Sexton, Atkinson, and then Fergie
and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll come back from this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because there's people saying this is different, this is the worst it's ever been.
Oh, it has been the worst it's ever been, but we will come back.
Yep.
We've got to get the right people, we've got to get the right players into the club, and if that means playing these kids, I'm all for it, Jay. They've got a bit of passion, they've got no fear. Some players come to Old Trafford, absolutely bottle it, go to other clubs. You look at Diego Forlan, there you go.
Couldn't stop scoring. We had him on the channel. Marker interviewed him.
And then he's gone to Atletico Madrid, him in the Golden Boot or something.
Yeah.
Him and a thingy up front.
Do you remember the only other lad who smashed it, who left United and absolutely smashed it? Rossi. Do you remember him?
Yeah. Giuseppe Rossi, yeah.
Like, absolutely banged in goals for fun once he left.
Bad injuries, and he got bad injuries. If he wouldn't have had those injuries, he was American, but did he play for Italy?
Yeah, he did. He was.
Villarreal, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was mint. A few people in the chat. Neil says, Webby, you're a legend, mate. Ignore the plonker. I think that was from before. Bumble says, Webby's whistling Beaver from Lady and the Tramp. What's that? I don't know what that is. I've not seen that. Sorry.
Beaver?
I don't know. Giuseppe Rossi is a name meant for the Manc accent, says Dan United 4. Dan United 94. Giuseppe Rossi.
Giuseppe Rossi.
Yeah, it does kind of go with a Manc accent.
That's Tommy, isn't that Lady in the Tramp?
I don't know what it. I shouldn't have read that because I don't like reading things when I don't understand it. But
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Let me have a look. I'm just having a look now.
What, Lady in the Tramp?
Lady in the Tramp, Whistling Beaver. Oh, there you go. I think that's Whistling Beaver. Is it? No, that's Mr. Biz. We're going down a bloody rabbit hole there. Lady in the Tramp nonsense. I don't really want to get
play
into
up front.
Oh yeah, you got to read it out. Super chat. You got to read it out. Yeah, as famously it was said on Arsenal Fan TV, you got to read it out. Next season, Webber, how do you think United are going to go?
Jay, obviously, I'll come back on here before the season starts. Obviously, listen, Jay, I try and remain positive all the time.
Yeah.
Every season I wake up in that first game of the season, say we're going to win the league, we're making it 21.
Yeah.
Say it to myself since we've got number 20, and it's been hard. It's been very hard. Obviously, the odd cup winners papered over the cracks, but it's been poor. We've been miles behind the league winners, miles behind. It's just a massive summer for the club in general. We've had too much messing around now, too much wasting money, too many fannies involved with getting players and getting the recruitment in. It's got to be right now. People like Wilcox have got to step up to the mark because I keep seeing him with a long face at the match with his players on. He's got to come to the mark. They've all got to come to the mark now. Back the manager to get behind it because the fans will do it. The fans won't turn against him.
The fans have stuck with the managers. Even though we get a bad rap, Manchester United fans, you look at the backing the managers have had, it's been, from the fans, it's been pretty solid, even right until the death. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very rare that United fans turn on the manager. It does happen, I'm not saying it doesn't, but by and large, the United fans stick with the manager a lot longer than a lot of other fans would. We've been quite patient.
Oh, yeah.
We've
we always
gone
will
through
with players, managers,
some graft.
tea ladies. They'll never go against any of them at that club, and that's something what we've got to be proud of. But listen, it's still Manchester United Football Club. It gets the most clicks. We're the biggest club in Britain, without a doubt. One of the biggest in Europe. We've got to start acting like that on and off the pitch, from the boardroom level to winning the game. It's like now, Jay, it's horrible, mate, it's horrible. But listen, I'm a red through and through, and I will do till the day I disappear, mate. So I'm hopefully for a good summer. I'll come back here and I'm ready for the season, all fully charged, like whoever we bring in. But they've got to get the right players in, and the ones what are there now are not good enough, who we all know, don't have to name names, leave the club.
Yeah.
Simple as that, mate.
We're going to do another live event, me and Dee, next season, or what? Fancy it?
Listen, it gets me out of Salford for the day. I'm up for it, pal.
Well, I'm up for that. Same.
Yeah, no, definitely enjoyed that.
We did it in Dublin, didn't we, a year ago?
Was it a year ago?
No, it was about...
Was
it? Yeah, it was about not last Christmas, Christmas before.
With Wes?
Wes, me, you, Wes, Steve.
Oh
no, Steve got ill, didn't he, in the airport?
Yeah, he bailed, didn't he? That's why I done my little bit on the stage, didn't we? You and Joseph.
Well, we'll get you back on. We'll do another one, because loads of people have been asking me about events, and we're going to do some live events, and we've done a couple. Last one, Webby was with us, absolutely brought the house down with his funny stories about Skip Rat. I've wanted to ask you, did Skip Rat get over to Bilbao? Have you
not been seen.
How long for? Are we concerned? Should we put out
I need to speak to Sam, because Sam knows him better than me, but he's not been seen.
Sam
Smart.
He was over there, wasn't he?
Spoke to Sam this morning, great. Yeah. Lunatic. Thinks he's 21, he's about 84. So, I mean, Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah. He pulled me at a game once. He said about his football. We said we did him dirty about talking about his football. He said he was a good footballer or something. I said, we complimented you. I said, I called you a legend. But
Sam was...
He wasn't being
he had his good days and his bad days. Never forget that when we're playing at Mellons in a playoff game, crucial game, end of the season for promotion. The pitch was like that.
Rock hard. Yeah.
Just going to ring work. Next thing, 5 fire engines water in the pitch. You had to be there. Only fireman Sam could do that. Legend. Got the lads in. I just thought I'd just ring work. Next thing, the blue lights are coming out of Mellons and they're watering in the pitch for us.
I don't know where to find nearby that was burning. Someone's house burning down because they're busy watering the pitch, for the playoff game.
Sam's a legend,
Nah, he is. He's a top.
He gets a bit of stick, but no.
You, Sam, I'll say this. My dad. I'll say it.
Just let me say it now for people. It's not my dad. It's just a joke, because people still were pulling him and pulling me. How's your dad? I'm thinking, you're not seeing him for years. No, Sam. He was at the match last week. I went, oh, him. No, Sam's a great bloke.
Pioneers, you lot. I remember when I was a kid, you used to see Webby and Sam, people like that, and Coco, God rest him.
Yeah, Coco.
And they used to go to grounds. They used to go to the away ends where you used to get dramas and racism, and they used to front it up, and that used to inspire me and think, you know what?
I would have probably turned him back if it wasn't for the likes of Sam and Coco, God rest his soul, because they went through. And I told a story here about that lad who abused me, and then I bumped into him years later at the pub.
Yeah.
And the reaction was 8 times as bad as the one who called me a racist on there. It just bangs into your head. And us people had to go through stuff.
Mate,
because a lot of people, listen, there'll be people out there now who support United, and still now to this day, I'd still be scared to go to the ground for the stuff they've had to go through.
Told you, my dad wouldn't say me to certain games because he knew what I'd hear.
Yeah.
He knew how it'd be. And I remember when I first started doing aways and that, and you lot were all like the guys that made me think, you know what? They can do it, I can do it. Yeah. And you went through a lot worse than I did, because I started doing aways in the 90s. You guys were there in the 80s when it was horrible. Yeah. Horrible. So people like you, Sam and Coco, absolute legends, pioneers. Bumbill says, just seen Webby after all this tournament is good for your soul. Forget the bloody beaver. Pulled it out of my... Oh, okay. Ryan Goodwin says, Jay is so left wing. You're right, I am. Not when it suits me. Paul Wilde says, sack the whole team. I mean, we could do that.
What's your take on Bruno, Jay? Seriously.
I like Bruno Fernandes. I was disappointed with his performance in Bilbao. I want, for me, big players turn up in big games, and I wanted him to turn up because he's our best player.
Do you know what he was doing, though, recently? Not just the final, last 3 or 4 games, throwing his arms up in the air, trying to referee the match. Just play your game.
Yeah.
if it's all true, what I'm hearing and seeing, 100 plus million for him, you've got to take it.
I worry though, Webby, about reinvesting that money, you know.
Yeah, with the Glazers, yeah, they'd probably buy
We've spent, like, people say, oh yeah, you get 100 million, like, okay, right. Let's look at recent windows. Let's look at the INEOS window. So you could get 100 million, you could go out and you could get another Manuel Agati, you could get another Joshua Zirkzee, you could get another, you know, Delitz or whatever. You know, great. Does that make United better though? If we get rid of Bruno and we spend 100 million on, say, 2 players, we have to get that right if you're going to do that. You have to get it right. Because you take Bruno out of this side as it is now and you're in the Championship. You take his goals and assists out of this team and you don't replace them properly, because you could take them out and replace them by buying someone else. You are in that Championship. So you have to, if he's going to go and he seems a little bit down himself, if he's decided and the club decided, look, right, it's better to get cash in on him. I don't want that, by the way. But if the club decide that and he's okay with it, you have to spend that money properly. You cannot be affording to go out and spending it on players that don't turn up.
If we got 120 million, would you trust Amorim with 120 million?
Amorim?
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
Could I see this kid?
I'll be honest with you.
This kid at Sporting who looks like he could be got to Arsenal. What's he called? I don't know. This kid up front. Yeah. Wanted he at Brighton and he sold him, or is it sold him for $1 million?
Coventry, I think he went from Coventry to Sporting, yeah.
For $1 million?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, he went from Brighton to Coventry for $1 million.
Right, yeah.
And then didn't he get 20 mil for him or something at Coventry?
Something like that. Not massive money. I'm not sure of the exact figure, but let me have a look. But he did well at Coventry. People sort of, you know, forget that.
I can't remember that, Jay. Honestly, I remember it.
I was on the plane to Barca next to a Coventry fan who was obviously telling me about him and talking about Frank Lampard doing well there. But his last season at Coventry, he scored 21 goals in the Championship. Yeah, which is decent.
Yeah, decent. You know. Yeah.
But it's a tough league, the Championship as well. Let's not forget. So he got a move there to Sporting, but he absolutely smashed it. Sporting, it was 20 million euros plus 4 million in bonuses. So you're looking at, with the bonuses, about 20 million quid. I mean,
that's what Coventry got.
Yeah,
not bad, that is it?
Decent, ain't it? Steve M says losing on Wednesday basically put an end to the Gyökeres links. Red Devil United says, I know a Coventry fan and said he nearly took Coventry to the Premier League. I mean, obviously did well there, got his move, and his numbers now are ridiculous. But like you said, and like people said in the chat, are we going to get him? Is he going to come and join us when he's got other clubs sniffing around him? Probably not. I don't know what the financials look like as well. Can we even afford him? I think his buyout clause is about, is it 60 million, Ben?
63, I think.
63 million, same as Cunha. Looking forward to seeing Cunha. What do you reckon of him?
Yeah, you know, just hope we don't turn him into a bad player. You know, he looks like, you know, he wants to come to United. You've seen that the other week when he was with Wolves before the match and all that, taking the surroundings in. And yeah, listen, we'll take anything at the moment, what makes us better.
Yeah.
You know, when he is a good player, you know, on that run when Wolves were at the bottom, he seemed to come to the mark, stand up, score goals, do assists. So, but we need more than him, Jay.
Yeah, we do.
We need more than him. I look at that kid, you'll know his name. The kid who we let go, the goalkeeper who's in Germany. Robert, I don't know.
Oh, is it not? What's his name?
I can't think of his name. Playing now in the...
Not Thingy Kovar.
He's in the Germany. He's playing in the Bundesliga. Is he 6'4" or 6?
Not Matej Kovar. He's at.
Yeah, we let him go. You know.
Yeah, because the one Kovar ended up at Leverkusen, didn't he?
Yeah, he's playing Leverkusen now.
Yeah, but I don't think
we've got to replace the goalkeeper, Jay. We've got to replace the goalkeeper because he's not done it. No.
Savic, yeah, everyone's saying it's Savic.
I'm not having him, Jay. I know this, and I'll take the kid at Villa.
Martinez.
Fucking all day longer,
would you? Well, he's going to be here on Sunday. Maybe that'll be his audition.
Well, I'd take him all day long, and it looks like a strange one, how he looks. You know, when after their last home game, he was crying on the pitch and waving, and you could see, it's one of those things what you see, not just United, taking it in, and I won't be back here again, but a mate of mine, the Arsenal fan, said he was devilled when he left.
Really?
Devilled.
Because I was for
because he went on that cup run, didn't he? He played, and then they got rid of him because they couldn't guarantee him first team football. No, I'd have him all day long.
Yeah.
And I like the little dance with the World Cup with his
the trophy and all that. Yeah, I bet that went
That's what you
down
need.
Yeah.
That's what you need, a presence. And unfortunately, Onana's not got that, and he's liable. There's a mistake in him every game. And he's not feeling with confidence.
I wonder what Amorim's thoughts are on Onana. I said this the other day, and I said it this morning on my news. I said I thought like it looks as though he's going to stick with Onana mainly because he's got other pressing issues. Unless Onana does something that maybe costs him the Europa. Now I'm not saying Onana cost us that final, but I don't think he covered himself in glory. So we'll have to wait and see. But Amorim might be like, look, I can't have this guy as my number one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. Maybe Martinez is going to be the one that comes in.
Hopefully, let's see
don't
what
know.
happens.
We'll see what happens.
I think he's 32, something, but that's young for the goalkeeper. You've got another 4 to 5 years there.
Mate. How old was Edwin when we got him?
Was he 38?
No, not when we got him. Was it 35, I think?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was older than that anyway when he was older than 32.
Yeah. Should have got him before he went to Fulham. But there you go.
Different story. Should have come in after Schmeichel, shouldn't he? But there you go. That's another story. Webby, thanks
Top
for
man,
that.
Jay.
I catch cases 35.
Sorry about the outburst at the beginning,
Listen,
but plant pots do wind me up
you
when
don't
it's
have
a
to
not summer
apologise
day.
for sticking up for yourself. And also, you know, when Steve's not here, you've got to fill that void. Brian Kevill says, when we start with Onana and Højlund, we begin the game with 9 players. A full name, Huggy, says, much love, guys. Drew P-Balls says, Webby is the man. There's a link in the chat, a pinned link to the Webby and O'Neill channel. Go and check that out. Obviously, some good stuff on there with Webby and O'Neill on there. And you're getting good guests and doing some good stuff and having a little chat as well. So make sure you check that channel out. Don't forget, if you're not doing so already, to subscribe to this channel. We're on now. What are we on? 792,544.
Get it up.
Come on. Let's get to 800,000 subs, yeah? If we get 800,000 subs, right, we're going to do a video, right, called Webby X-rated, right? And it's not Webby with his clobber off, yeah?
You don't want to see that, Jay.
It's not OnlyFans.
You'd lose a load.
It's the stories, right, that Webby tells us off camera, yeah? It's gonna go out at midnight, yeah?
It'd have to.
Yeah, it'd have to, yeah?
I have to get young Joe on it.
Yeah,
he's been involved in a few.
Yeah, we will do, right? 800,000 subs. Webby X-rated is going to be the video you're going to see that night. Midnight. It will be midnight, yeah.
Witching hour. You know. Had a few of them.
Yes. Webby, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the channel. Don't forget to check out his channel. You know where to find us as well. That's been Webby. I've been Jay. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.